Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Talks. I'm Anna, and I'm very happy to be here with you today.
And I'm Jack. In this long episode, we're going to talk in detail about the 10 most important and historic moments in the history of the World Cup.
Let's start with one of the most shocking moments in World Cup history. It was the year 1950 when Brazil hosted the tournament. The whole country was full of confidence and excitement because they had a very strong team and were playing in front of their own fans in the huge Maracanazo stadium.
More than 200,000 fans filled the stadium that day, expecting a big Brazilian victory and celebration. Everyone believed the home team would easily win the final against Uruguay. The atmosphere was incredible, and the pressure on Uruguay was very high.
However, Uruguay played with amazing courage and determination. They defended well and waited for their chance. In the last minutes of the match, they scored a dramatic goal that changed everything in the stadium.
The silence that followed was unbelievable. The Brazilian fans could not believe what had happened. This defeat was so painful that many people in Brazil still remember that day with sadness, even after many years.
This historic moment became known as the Maracanazo. It is considered one of the biggest upsets in football history. The whole nation of Brazil went into mourning after that unexpected loss.
That result taught everyone an important lesson about football. No team should be too confident, even when they are the strong favorite at home. This moment changed how people viewed home advantage in big tournaments.
When I watch old videos of that match, I can still feel the heavy disappointment in the air. The fans were so shocked and sad. It shows how deeply football can affect an entire country.
This moment remains one of the most talked about matches in World Cup history. It proved that football can be very unpredictable. Uruguay wrote their name in history with that victory.
Many books and documentaries have been made about this single match. The Maracanazo became part of football legend. It will always be remembered as a day when dreams were broken.
I think every football lover should know this story. It shows both the beauty and the cruelty of the game. This is truly a historic moment that changed Brazilian football forever.
The sadness was so deep that some fans never fully recovered from that defeat. The whole country learned a hard lesson that day. Football can bring both great joy and great pain.
Uruguay became champions that year against all odds. Their players became national heroes. This victory is still celebrated in Uruguay even today.
This moment had a big impact on future World Cups. Brazil worked hard to become stronger after that loss. They learned from their mistakes and came back stronger later.
The Maracanazo is a perfect example of why we love football so much. Anything can happen in one match. This is what makes the World Cup so special.
I always feel emotional when I think about the fans leaving the stadium in silence. The expectation was so high. The result was completely opposite of what everyone wanted.
Even today, when Brazil plays important matches at home, people remember the Maracanazo. They don't want to repeat that painful history. It remains a big motivation for them.
I believe this moment made World Cup history richer and more interesting. It added drama and emotion to the tournament. We still talk about it many decades later.
In conclusion, the Maracanazo is one of the most important moments in World Cup history. It showed the world that nothing is guaranteed in football. This match will never be forgotten.
Yes, it is a legendary story that every football fan should know. It perfectly represents the unpredictable nature of the beautiful game we all love.
Now let's move to the year 1966, when England had the honor of hosting the FIFA World Cup. The whole nation was filled with hope and national pride as their team progressed through the tournament and reached the final match against West Germany.
The final was played at the famous Wembley Stadium in London. The match was very tense and dramatic from the beginning. Both teams fought hard and the game remained close until it went into extra time.
In extra time, Jeff Hurst scored one of the most controversial goals in World Cup history. The ball hit the crossbar and bounced down, and after a long discussion, the referee decided to award the goal to England.
The entire country celebrated wildly that night. People were dancing in the streets, and the victory created a wave of happiness and pride across England that is still remembered fondly today.
That 1966 victory became a symbol of English football pride. It inspired many future generations of players, and it remains the greatest achievement in the history of the England national team.
Exactly, and the whole nation united in celebration, and the players became national heroes. This triumph is still talked about with so much respect and nostalgia by football fans in England.
This moment showed the world that the host country can sometimes create magic and write their name in football history in the most beautiful way possible. Many books, documentaries, and movies have been made about England's 1966 World Cup victory. It has become part of British sporting culture and identity.
I think this victory gave English football a special place in the hearts of millions of fans around the world, and it continues to motivate new players even today.
The atmosphere at Wembley Stadium that day must have been absolutely unforgettable for everyone who was there. The emotion and joy after the final whistle was incredible.
This historic win proved that with determination, teamwork, and a bit of luck, great things can happen in football. It remains one of the most cherished memories in English sports.
Every time England reaches a big tournament, people always mention 1966 and hope that history can repeat itself one day in the future.
The 1966 World Cup victory is a perfect example of how one tournament can create lifelong memories for an entire generation of fans and players.
I believe this moment added a lot of prestige to the World Cup and showed that hosting the tournament can bring great success to the home nation.
It was truly a golden era for English football, and that single victory still brings a smile to the faces of millions of English supporters whenever they remember it.
In conclusion, England's Icholulu World Cup win is one of the most important and emotional moments in the history of the tournament. It will always have a special place in football legend.
Yes, it is a historic achievement that continues to inspire people, and it perfectly represents the magic and emotion that makes the World Cup so special for fans all over the world.
Our next unforgettable World Cup moment takes us to Mexico in 1986. Argentina faced England in the quarterfinals, and the match became one of the most famous games in football history.
There was already a lot of tension between the two countries, so the atmosphere inside the stadium was electric. Millions of people around the world were watching every second of the game.
Early in the second half, Diego Maradona jumped to challenge the goalkeeper for the ball. Instead of using only his head, he secretly touched the ball with his left hand and scored.
The referee did not see the handball, so the goal was allowed. English players protested immediately, but the decision stood and Argentina took the lead.
After the match, Maradona famously said that the goal was scored a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. That sentence became legendary.
Even today, people still debate whether the referee should have disallowed the goal. It remains one of the biggest controversies in World Cup history.
But only a few minutes later, Maradona produced something completely different. He picked up the ball in his own half and started an incredible run toward the English goal.
He dribbled past 5 English players with amazing speed, balance, and control before calmly scoring against the goalkeeper. The entire stadium was left speechless.
That spectacular goal was later voted the goal of the century by football fans around the world. It showed Maradona's extraordinary talent.
Argentina eventually won the game 2-1 and continued their journey through the tournament with great confidence.
Maradona led his team all the way to the final, where Argentina defeated West Germany to become world champions for the second time.
Many football experts believe that Maradona's performances in the 1986 World Cup are among the greatest individual performances ever seen in the tournament.
Whenever people talk about the greatest World Cup players, Diego Maradona's name is always near the top of the list because of what he achieved in Mexico.
The match against England perfectly showed both sides of football. It included controversy, brilliance, drama, and unforgettable emotions all in just 90 minutes.
More than 40 years later, fans still watch highlights of that match and discuss whether the Hand of God goal should have counted.
At the same time, almost everyone agrees that the goal of the century is one of the finest goals ever scored in any football competition.
This incredible match became one of the defining moments in World Cup history and helped make Diego Maradona a true football legend.
Okay, so our fourth unforgettable World Cup moment takes us to Germany in 2006. The final featured two football giants, Italy and France, in one of the most dramatic championship matches ever played.
It was also the final professional match of French captain Zinedine Zidane. Fans around the world hoped to see the legendary midfielder finish his incredible career by lifting the World Cup trophy.
The match started perfectly for France. In the 7th minute, Zidane confidently scored a penalty with a delicate chip that hit the crossbar before crossing the goal line.
It was an unforgettable goal that showed his confidence and skill under pressure. The stadium erupted as France took an early lead.
Italy responded quickly. Just 12 minutes later, Marco Materazzi scored with a powerful header from a corner kick, making the score 1-1.
Both teams continued to create chances, but neither side could find another goal during normal time. The match remained tense as it moved into extra time.
Then came one of the most shocking moments in World Cup history. After exchanging words with Materazzi, Zidane suddenly turned around and headbutted him in the chest.
Materazzi fell to the ground, and the referee stopped play. After consulting his assistants, Zidane was shown a straight red card and had to leave the field.
Fans inside the stadium and millions watching on television could hardly believe what they had just seen. It was a heartbreaking end to an extraordinary career.
France now had to finish the final with only 10 players. Losing their captain made the challenge even more difficult.
Neither team scored another goal, so the World Cup final was decided by a penalty shootout.
Italy kept their composure and converted all 5 penalties. France missed one crucial kick, giving Italy a 5-3 victory in the shootout.
Italy celebrated winning their 4th World Cup title, while French players were left devastated after coming so close to becoming champions.
Instead of remembering only Zidane's brilliant tournament, many people focused on the headbutt that happened in the final moments of his career.
Zidane later admitted that he regretted his reaction, but he also said that he felt deeply insulted during the exchange.
Despite this unfortunate ending, Zidane is still considered one of the greatest footballers of all time because of his incredible talent and achievements.
In the end, the 2006 World Cup final will always be remembered for both Italy's triumph and Zidane's shocking red card.
It is a powerful reminder that one single moment can change the story of a match and become part of football history forever.
What an incredible journey through some of the greatest moments in World Cup history. These unforgettable matches remind us why football is called the beautiful game.
We've seen moments of pure joy, heartbreaking defeats, legendary goals, and unforgettable drama. Every World Cup creates memories that stay with fans forever.
Whether it's a stunning goal, an emotional victory, or an unexpected twist, The World Cup always brings people together from every corner of the world.
That's what makes this tournament so special. It isn't just about winning a trophy. It's about passion, hope, teamwork, and making history.
Thank you so much for listening to Easy English. We hope you enjoyed practicing your English while learning about some of football's greatest moments.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow the podcast and share it with your friends who love football and learning English.
Let us know which World Cup moment is your favorite. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode of Easy English. Until then, keep learning, keep practicing, and enjoy the beautiful game.